Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the Conspiracy Log. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I know that I'm acting insane right now. It's crazy that I'm posting a follow-up to this video a day later, but there's just a few things that I want to talk about. So yesterday, I reviewed the Marcin interview that Diodario did with Marcin, and that was a lot of fun, because of course, it's just fun to poke the beast, right? And I tried to have pockets of light, positive vibes in it, of course, while also making fun, because that's what I do here. We keep things interesting. And the main purpose of all this stuff, it's just to get you to think about music, and specifically practicing guitar, specifically classical guitar, because I know, you can love or hate me, but I bet you, after you watch a video of mine, you go and practice, because I'm the same way with stuff. Like, I'll watch, like, these trash, like, fitness influencers, and, like, I'll put it on 5 minutes later, I'm, like, doing pull-ups and push-ups, like, I'm working out. That's besides the point, I'm just trying to justify the evil things that I'm doing. There's one part of this interview that I want to talk about, and a lot of you have talked about this, which, first off, let me go ahead and say, like, let me pull up the original Diodario, Marcin interview. It's so beautiful, look at this. Like, Marcin Diodario, my video comes up first. It has twice the views, it's been out for half the time. It's just glorious. Thank you guys so much for caring enough to click on my video. The original Diodario video with Marcin is overrun with sore hands comments. It is absurd. Like, when I first looked at it the first day it came out, it was not this bad, but like literally 75% of the comments are sore hands. It's crazy. Like, if you're interested, go and take a look at it. I don't want to show everything because there's people posting, like, stuff that's not great. But, my god, the majority of those comments are just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, it is so funny that they just can't get away from it. Anyways, the part of the interview that I want to review is where Marcin was talking about how he won this show called Must Be the Music. Like, I already have some stuff ready to present to you, but I haven't looked that far into it. So I'm going to watch the entire clip in its entirety and really see what his words are saying and how I'm interpreting them, because how I first interpreted it was he started playing guitar when he was 10 and he practiced for 3 months and he went to the show and won the whole thing, which I had a disclaimer in my original video. I feel like I was sort of led to believe that it was a show showcasing children's talents, but upon researching the show, it's just an open show for anyone. So let's start off by watching that clip and let's just see the general vibes that we get from it. Must be the music. 9. Alright.
The moment when it clicked, I went to this competition in my state, in Poland, the place I used to live. And, you know, it was me, I was like 10, nearly 10 at that point, and other kids, and I've been only playing for 3 months, so this was just like on a whim situation. I wasn't really expecting much, and I won. I won the thing, which still I'm really surprised about.
Based on everything that he said that he was 10, he said that he's been playing guitar for 3 months, and there were other kids there. And we'll actually talk about that, because it almost sounds like that part of what he said is sort of like clipped up or something. This is getting like real conspiracy, and Diodario, please don't sue me, because I'm not trying to like slander you or anything. Something weird about the audio, and it almost feels like if someone wanted to, they could have cut up Marcin's audio and make it seem like he said that he was 10 when doing the talent show, which would make Marcin look like really cool. This is like some stuff you'd hear from like North Korea, like our leader practiced guitar for 3 months and won the whole show. Like, it almost feels like they're trying to do that or something. So let's just go through it one more time. I'm gonna pause this time though, and we're just gonna hear all the things he said. Must be the music.
The moment when it clicked.
The moment when it clicked. Okay.
Went to this competition in my state, in Poland, the place I used to live. You know, it was me, I was like 10, nearly 10 at that point, and
nearly 10 means 9, so he was 9.5 or so.
Playing for 3 months, so this was just like on a whim situation.
Only playing for 3 months. He just started on a whim, do the competition.
I wasn't really expecting much, and I won.
I don't know any other way that I could have interpreted that. I was 10, nearly 10, I went into the competition, I've been practicing for 3 months, and I won. But I mean, this is like super easy to find. All I googled was Marcin Must Be the Music. He first gained popularity in 2015 after winning the 9th edition of Polish, which is the same clip they were showing, over him saying that he was nearly 10 years old. Must Be the Music, the prize for which is 100,000 Polish. How much is that? Dude, in 2015, that was worth $26,000. Not bad, dude. Wow. I would be freaking out, too, if I was your parents. All of this should be funneled into music videos, which it seems like that's what happened, I guess. But it's easily findable. In 2015, how old is Marcin? He's 25 years old. It's 2025, so he was 15 at the time of that production, Must Be the Music. He was not nearly 10 years old. He was 15. He started, according to the interview, playing guitar when he was 10, so he's been playing guitar for 5 years. And in, like, the Polish conservatory. This was around the time that he played the Paganini, I think. Which is interesting, because the performance that we're going to see on this show, I feel like doesn't hold up very well to the Paganini. The Paganini was way more skillful. He also might have been nervous, but who knows. I don't think Marcin would lie about that. Because why would you lie about your own story, especially when it's so easily findable? I kind of feel like maybe Marcin just spoke freely and said everything, and maybe he just used like a poor choice of phrasing or something, and Daddario just made a little edit to make it really seem like that's what he meant to say. 10 years old, 3 months, I won the show. I am literally your supreme god ruler. I'm so talented. I'm God. And I made a big deal about it in my video, because that is absurd. Like, I'm a guitar teacher. I've seen hundreds of students who have been playing for 3 months, and I'm not a shabby guitar teacher too. I know that I'm easy to be made fun of because I cast a lot of stones myself, but this was like my career before I started doing YouTube, and I literally taught hundreds of students, and I feel like I did a good job. Like, I had a lot of students who got like pretty decent at classical guitar in like a year or so. I know what a talented 3-month student looks like, and it doesn't look like what we're about to see here. This is a talented 5-year student with like great instruction. So let's go ahead and watch his performance when he was apparently 15. Maybe he meant like Must Be the Music 9. It was nearly the 10th Must Be the Music. I was nearly 10 years old. It was nearly the 10th one. It was the 9th one though. But it doesn't make sense. All right, let's listen to this performance. Must be the music. Oh yeah, he's gonna start with a rendition of Astarias. It's obvious he's been playing for 5 years and was with a teacher. Wow, nice right hand for 3 months. Not too shabby, dude. Dude, like, just insanity. 3 months. Look at his freaking hand, dude. No way. It's dragging a bit. He's also playing this on a steel string, which I feel like would be way harder. Like, your nails wouldn't like glide off of the strings as well for those triplet arpeggios. But he's doing all right though. How long would it take a brand new guitarist to just learn the notes of Astarias? And he's performing it on stage. It's ridiculous. Okay, that's how you win the masses right there. You do your Raschiatos. Doesn't matter. Just do that. Oh, that was the whole thing. Okay, so he... Oh, okay. He's doing some tapping with it. Okay, great. He played like half of Astarias, which, by the way, is kind of the appropriate amount of Astarias to play. If he played the whole thing with all the repeats, I don't think he would have won this. It would have been like 6 minutes long. Oh, man. Shout out to everybody learning Astarias right now. I see a 5-year guitar student who has had like very natural and normal progression under his circumstances. And his circumstances are, he's had like great access to teachers ever since he was 10. He's 15 now. This seems normal. It's not great, of course. Like, when Marcin's 20 now, and he's, like, developed as a guitarist and developed his style, it's gonna be way better, of course. If this were Marcin at 3 months, Marcin would have mastered every style of guitar on Earth, and then he would be, like, God ruler or something. I don't know. He would transcend humanity. But this is normal. 5 years, you can shred Astarias on a steel string, and it's like, you know, the timing kind of sucks, but that's okay. It's only 5 years. That's nothing. It takes 12 years to make a classical guitar, so you guys know the thing.
A rock and roll guitarist can be turned out in 12 hours flat. The classical player must devote at least 12 solid years to patient study. You pays your money, and you takes your pick.
This is less than half of that. Not 3 months, though. Rock guitar, 3 months. Sure, you can do that. You could probably play a rock tune at this quality after 3 months of practicing. But Astarias? No. Get out of here. So that was that. Now, how on earth could this miscommunication happen? Like I said, I don't think Marcin meant to lie about this. I don't think he's a liar like you guys think. Like, I know the first video that started this whole thing, where he's presenting his piece and, like, saying, am I fake now? And it's like, obviously, it's all pre-recorded. That is, like, just a theatrical performance where it's like, am I fake now? Doing stuff. Like, that's normal. What we're talking about here in this interview would just be an actual factual lie. Like, you're just lying about your past. And I don't think Marcin meant to do that, but I would not put it past Diodario to edit the clip in a convenient way to make it really seem like that is what Marcin said. And you know what? Again, this is freaking insane. I'm sorry, but I took the audio file here of just that clip. And there's no real way to actually do this. I'm not a forensic audio person, but I just want to listen to the audio and let's see if we can notice any weirdness or any, like, potential cuts that just weren't polished very well, or just weird speech patterns. And let's just see.
The moment when it clicked, I went to this competition.
The moment when it clicked, I went to this competition. Because I do a lot of video editing, and I know what it sounds like when there's a jump cut and you cut to something else where it's still like the words are coherent, but it was a different moment, but you're just putting them together. And again, this is like pseudoscience what I'm doing right now. Like, this is not real at all. Like, I'm just being insane and deranged, trying to find any evidence I can. Listen to that potential cut.
To this competition. When it clicked, I went to this competition. When it clicked, I went to this competition.
I don't know, a little something in there.
You know, it was me, I was like 10, nearly 10 at that point, and other kids, and I've been only playing.
I think maybe the other kids could be one too, because all of that seemed really smooth. And then listen to when it transitions to other
playing
kids.
For 10, nearly 10 at that point, and other kids, and I've.
It's a weird thing to sort of interject into that. Like, why even say other kids? But I would believe it if it's two separate paragraphs and they're just stitching it together, because it's like slightly awkward, but you know.
10 at that point and other kids.
And again, I'm doing pseudoscience here, but notice that's the other kid's cut, how it goes like way down and then kind of spikes up. The other lulls in his speaking, they have pretty consistent waveforms there.
10 at that point and other kids.
And the guitar is going in the background too, so you think it would be the same.
And I've been only playing for 3 months, so this was just like on a whim.
That's another one too. Like, this is just like there's something in there.
Just like on a whim.
Either Marcin just had a muscle spasm or something, or that was just a real bang-up job by the team at Diodario.
So this was just like on a whim situation.
So those are potential cutting spots, maybe. And I'd also like to point out, while he's speaking about this, they're showing a clip, a separate clip, so we're not actually watching him speak. So if there were jump cuts, we wouldn't be able to see them.
You know, it was me, I was like 10, nearly 10 at that point, and other kids, and I've been only playing for 3 months, so this was just like on a whim situation. I wasn't really.
And then they cut back after all that. I don't know. What do you think? What we do know is that what was said there, what it seemed like he said, was not true. It was not when he was 10 or nearly 10. It was when he was 15. He was not playing for 3 months. It was 5 years, and that's like obvious. Now, it would be cool if he only played for 3 months, but it would also be completely impossible. I don't care who your teacher is. You're not playing Astarius on TV after 3 months. It doesn't matter who you are. You know, just another insane video from Sore Hands. You can say whatever you want about this whole Marcin thing and how I'm like grabbing for money. I feel like a lot of you are really into this, and I'm sure this video will be well received because of that. I don't know how I'm going to drag this out any further unless Diodario, of course, tries to sue me or something for like saying that they potentially lied, in which case that's gonna be a sick video title, all lowercase, Diodario suing me, period. Picture of my face just like, oh my god, this corporation's gonna kill me. Diodario sent henchmen to my house, they broke my hands. Oh my god. You know, like I said, this is just a short video. I didn't come up with a monologue for this one or anything. And if this Marcin beef isn't your thing, which you know, if it's not and you still clicked on it and got to this point, it is. You just don't know it is yet. There's definitely a practice log coming out tomorrow. I already filmed it. It's already scheduled. It's going. So if you want to just see some normal classical guitar content where I'm going to talk about rest stroke and I'm going to show you my progress with the Rodrigo Sonata, be sure to check that out, though I know the viewership will be much lower on that, which is fine. I accept that Marcin is my day job at this point. Caught in another lie, though I don't think he lied about that on purpose. I think it was on Diodario to, like, fact check that. Even if those were the words Marcin said in succession, no editing, it would have been so easy to verify that. And I'm pretty sure this interview was filmed like a month ago at least. I mean, is what, nobody watching it? Like, nobody's editing it? Like, are people so just brainwashed that they'll just hear like, yeah, he played for 3 months and they just believe it without checking? It's really easy to check too. I did it just now and I'm a moron. So I don't know, Diodario, do better, though, you know, what do we expect? It is Diodario. And yeah, alright, let's wrap this up. Of course, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Hey, you got any more holes that you found in this interview? Be sure to comment about them, and maybe I'll make another one of these videos where we just kind of clarify things. Listen, this Marcin thing has been crazy, and I'm not going to make the mistake again like this is the last one. I'm going to make them for as long as they make sense to make, and I hope there's more opportunities. So like I said, if you see something, be sure to leave some comments, and I will do it. Hey, you want to play like Marcin after 3 months? Well, I know some grad students who are that good. They can make you play Astarias in 3 months. Just kidding. 3 years, though, maybe. That's probably doable. You'll play it, like, kind of bad. Astarias isn't a great piece to... Like, that's like practice for 10 years and then start playing Astarias. Again, with like the fitness analogies, these insanely hard pieces that we play on guitar, like the Fugued 1001 and 997, like the pieces you see me play, those pieces are the equivalent of benching 315. It would be stupid to start your fitness journey and then go to a gym and immediately throw on 3 plates like you're at some freaking Michelin star restaurant. You build up to it, and it's a glorious thing to get 315, but that's not the point of what you're doing. The point is to be healthy enough and strong enough to bench 315, not for the act of benching 315, if you know what I'm saying. So you start slow. You start with 80, you know, put some 25s on there, and you do that for like 10 years, and if you're lucky, if your genetics allow, you will bench 315. And maybe Astarias isn't quite at that level. Astarias would be like benching 200 pounds, you know? Most people could do that after a couple of years of training. Maybe like the Yobitz Soar variations or any like Bach fugue, that's like 315. Anyways, neither here or there. Hey, of course, be sure to pick up some Augustine strings, best in the biz, Augustine. I'm not sponsored yet, but I want to be, so, you know, come on, Augustine, make it happen. You know you want me. And yeah, alright, well, I'll see you in the next one.